Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. Good morning. Happy Facebook Live Day. Happy Wednesday. Of course, if you are catching this part of the video, you are catching the replay. So, welcome replay crew. We love you. And I'm just hoping that some of our friends will be able to join us live as well. I have a fun project today I think you're going to love. So I'm excited to be here with you as usual. And we will do a little crafting. I have a couple of announcements. We'll just have a little bit of fun together. That's what this is all about. Stopping midweek and just spending a little time crafting and connecting. So welcome on in. I may move my camera just a tiny bit. I'm so sorry. Just a little bit of an adjustment. It's always hard until I turn it on to know exactly where things are. But welcome on in. Facebook should send some notifications out so people can watch live. If you're catching this on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, your thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I always love that. And we do a weekly giveaway. And even those who are commenting and liking over on YouTube are still entered for a chance to win. So you definitely want to leave a comment as you come in. Send up a heart. Just let me know you're here. So it's showing that we're live. Last week, Facebook kicked me out. The audacity. We were not done. We were almost done, but we were not done. And they kicked me out. So hopefully this week they won't be rude like that and they'll let us finish up our video. I was almost done last week. I had just a couple of announcements and it barely cut off who the winner was of our drawing. So it was not a great time for Facebook to decide to kick me out. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I know friends will join, and then I will have to stand up and I'll be able to see comments for just a little bit while we're doing part of the die cutting today, so I can kind of check back. But we're just going to assume everything is rolling and we'll get started. I'm going to walk you through what products we are using today. And of course it comes from the new annual catalog. I've got my little bookmark in here that we made at the launch party. It's just so fun with our in colors. I finally found it in my stack of stuff. So we're using Country Woods. Beautiful suite of product. And it's actually a mega suite is what I like to call them. I know that's what Stampin' Up has called them in the past. But it has 2 stamp die bundles. Now I only purchased one of those and that's what we're going to be using today. But it does have 2. There's, of course, these fabulous samples to help inspire you. And all of this is page 48 is where it starts. So Country Woods. And then you've got your stamp die bundles. It's got 2 designer series papers. It has a ribbon, which has been elusive. It's been very, very popular. So I should get some in my order today. But it's just got a lot going on. A lot of pretty things. And it does have an embellishment as well with some gray pearls. I'll be honest with you, when I first saw this, when we went to On-Stage convention way back in March, it was not something that just really grabbed me, that I was really, really drawn towards. But one day, Cheryl and I were prepping a class and we were just kind of talking and I was thinking ahead to what I wanted to use for stamp class through the summer. And the more we looked at this, the more we decided this would be a really fun suite of products, and some ideas started coming to my head. I saw some other things that people were posting, and I think at that point too, I had done the paper share and I saw the paper in person. So that makes a difference too. So that's what we're using today. So we have the eyelet embossing folder. This is one of my absolute favorite new embossing folders that has come out. And so we're using it today, and that's part of the suite. I'll show you the papers. We are not using this one, Country Woods. Now we will in stamp class. That is on the 20th. And so we're going to be prepping for stamp class today. Cheryl will be here in a bit. But here is the pretty paper. very much lends itself to masculine crafting, scrapbooking, kind of that natural nature look to it with the wood grains and everything. So it's a really nice neutral set of designer series paper. And then you also have country lace in this suite of products. That's what I'm actually using today. So really, really pretty with that eyelet pattern. And just a very soft color palette of grays and Misty Moonlight and some different shades of Misty Moonlight and some white. So really pretty paper. That's what we're using today. The birdhouse dies are lots of fun. You can do so many different things with your birdhouses to decorate them up. You've got a couple different sets of flowers, different toppers you can put. There is a circle die in here to actually make the hole where the little bird could go into the house. I really like using the smallest stylish shaped circle. That's just me, so that's what I'm using. And we are not using the stamp set today that coordinates with this die set, this bundle, but I thought I would show it to you, get that out as well. So we are using this suite, these dies, on Finally Friday free online class this Friday the 12th. So you are more than welcome to come by right here on our channel, and we at 6 p.m. Central Time will be creating a 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. And let me just tell you, we have lots of birdhouses on it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So you can just watch the video if you want to, but you can also be part of that class if you want. Oliver, bring it to Mom. I just dropped that little paper swatch. And I don't want Oliver to eat it. Thank you. Good boy. So you can be part of that by watching the video, just interacting with us as we make the scrapbook layout, or if you want to order and get the supplies to create it yourself, you can do that as well. So you can find that information on my events tab right here on my Stamp with CT page. And then we also, like I said, have stamp class. And I think we're probably going to cut a kit or two extra. So if you have not RSVP'd for stamp class, even though that deadline is long past, let me know if you just fall in love with this suite and you would like to create with us. We do a virtual and in-person class on the 20th with the same suite of products. So I've started doing this, so throughout the month, whatever we're using for stamp class, we use for Finally Friday. I try to do at least one Facebook Live with those products, so you get lots of ideas. So if you do go ahead and purchase these products and invest in them, you have lots of ideas for creating. Okay, this is the actual birdhouse die, and I left it out because we're gonna need it today. And this is one of the little birdhouses, and it's just so super cute. I love birds and I love birdhouses. If you've been to my house and been to my sunroom, you know that that's the kind of theme in my sunroom is birdhouses and birds. Absolutely love them. We have a fun memory from when we lived in Germany of having a cute little birdhouse that was able to sit on the outside windowsill. And so lots of birds would come up and eat the food, and you'd get to see them up close and personal. And the way that the glass panels were in the windows, the kids were young and they could see the birds. And it was just mesmerizing to see the birds just being birds. So it really made me kind of have some memories whenever I saw this suite, and we really looked at it a little closer. So I'm super happy to be using it. It makes me smile. Now this is the little birdhouse, but what I wanted to create was a card or a tag with this. So this actually opens up and it is in the birdhouse shape. So today I'm going to show you how we made that happen. Of course, my Imagineer Dale was in on this. I had the idea, this is what I really wanted to do, was have a card that was in a birdhouse shape. And I intended to do it for stamp class, and we just kind of got carried away with what we designed. So I thought this would be perfect for our Facebook Live today. So we're going to create this together. So let's go ahead and cut the cardstock for this. I'm going to be bringing in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to be using the regular size for this. And I'm going to do a little bit of assembling here of my plates. So I have my number 1, my platform, and then my shim, which is number 2. I have a cutting pad, and this is actually a cutting pad I've had for years and years and years, back when I had my Big Shot. And so you can see how worn it is. I love this one because it's cut into and it has been used so much, and it works great for the bottom plate. And then you'll see that this top plate is not quite as cut into. It's newer, and it does have the Stampin' Up logo on it. So this one is a plate I've had for a long time, and it still works just fine. So to create this, I went ahead and cut a piece of white cardstock, the thick basic white, and it's 8.5 by 4 inches, I think. Let me measure this right quick, because I may be telling you wrong. I may be telling you wrong. That may be 8 inches. Yes, 8 inches. And then it's scored at 4. 8 inches, scored at 4, and then it's 4.25 inches wide. Because we're going to take this die and we're going to set it on the side, so you need to be able to put the birdhouse die at an angle on your card. So you need a pretty good bit of real estate here. But before we do that, I'm going to take the plate, and I'm going to stand up right quick. Now I've got some friends with me. Welcome on in. So I'm going to take the plate. Hopefully it'll show up that there's kind of a beveled edge here, and that is one of the things that helps us with this process, helps us with this technique. I'm bringing my paper all the way to the edge of this cutting pad right there, okay? And so you can see if I turn it over that it's right to the edge. It's not coming over. I'll get that line back up again. And now I'm going to take my birdhouse die, and I'm just going to first make sure that the whole die is on the piece of paper. And I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it over the edge of the platform a bit so that you can actually see me bringing it back. I'm trying to keep all this happening at the same time, guys. Fumble fingers. So I'm bringing it back to where the die is just barely over the edge of the paper. And so it takes a little bit of patience. I think it is well worth it to end up with a little card that is a birdhouse. And I don't typically use Post-it note tape or anything like that to hold dies. I just told my friend Karen that not too long ago, that I don't supply that at class or anything. But for this, and just because we're on camera, I thought I'd go ahead and kind of tack this down, make sure it stays in place. And let me again flip this over, because I want you to see where the cutting blade of that die is. It is not on the cutting pad. All right, I'm gonna line it up once more. And I'm just gonna put this down on my platform, on my die cut machine. And then we're gonna put that top plate on. Now, typically I line all those plates up and everything. I'm not worried about that today, because what I'm more concerned about is getting my birdhouse card to cut out properly. So we will crank this on through and say a little stamping prayer. Nothing like live video for things to kind of go off the rails. All right, so we'll bring that through. Let me get my machine out of the way. Did y'all know that folded up like that? It's so awesome. So if we did everything properly, this is just going to cut right out. And looks like it did. I'm just being really careful. I'm just checking. Sorry, guys. Yes, everything's going good. But I have that tape, so I'm just being careful. And I can remove that from my die here in just a minute. because what I'm going to need to do is bring my snips in and work on this just a tiny bit, and that is okay. I'm so glad, actually, that it turned out like this time, so that I could show you how this works. Sometimes, depending on where I position it, it cuts on through, but this time it didn't, and that's a good thing. Okay, I'll show you how to just clean this up a tiny bit. So you can see our birdhouse is cut out, but it's still kind of attached up here. So we're just going to take our paper snips and come in and just finish that little bit of a cut. It's a very small amount. You can see that's barely holding on. We'll just snip that right off. Okay, so that is how we get this cute little birdhouse card. I love this. I love it when a plan comes together. So I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish that a little bit. And we're actually going to bring the one I've already created in. We're going to make two together. These go super fast. And you could make these into a little note card set. There's not a lot of room to write, but there's definitely enough room that you can get a nice message. Get that Post-it note tape off of there. You have to be patient with this technique and process. There's some room to write in here. You know, you could do both sides if you wanted to. You could even write on the back. You could make this into a tag, little set of note cards. I thought this would be really cute. I love giving my coworkers little surprise and delights on their desk. And so that would be really fun to put with some candy and just a little note. But also at Easter time, this would be so cute with those little robin's egg candies. So many ideas, y'all. So I did go ahead with these pieces. I've got all the pieces cut for our birdhouse just to assemble it. We'll learn a little bit more about these dies in stamp class on the 20th. And just kind of how they work and everything. Where'd my circle go? There it is. And I'm going to bring in some dimensionals, because I really like popping up the piece that goes down here at the bottom. So I'm going to be covering up that designer series paper with this cute piece of white that's embossed with the eyelet embossing folder. So we'll go ahead and put that on. And you know, if you had a theme for a little party, this would be so cute. Again, I think you could make tags. Even getting some of your Christmas paper out. We had team meeting last night and we talked about Christmas in July. If you wanted to make some Christmas tags with this, you certainly could. That would be really, really cute. There is a bird stamp in the stamp set. I think a die as well. Yes, there's a die for the bird. I just haven't really gotten him out and used him. He's little, but he's cute. And then I like to just take a little bit of glue on this roof part. And I just put a couple little dots here and there, because you've got the piece that looks like the eyelet, the under roof. I don't know what that's called. Dale would not be impressed with me calling it the under roof, would he? But I'm going to just drop this on there, because you do kind of have to line this up. Oops. Let me get a silicone craft sheet and do this properly. Let's use our tools. That's what I always like to tell him. Oh, it's a dirty tool, but that's okay. And now that I have glue everywhere, that was not very smart. I know better than that, y'all. Give me just a second to get a little bit of this glue off of my fingers. Now we're crafting, aren't we? Once you have glue on you, that means that you are crafting. So anyway, I like to put that piece down. I'm going to pick it up with this one. That's just what I like to do. get glue everywhere. I think I put the glue on the wrong side. We may have to abandon this one. I may have to go back and cut some more pieces. Darn it. Yeah, I put the glue on the wrong side, y'all. Well, you will get the idea. We'll go ahead and move on to the second one. Sorry about that. I will post a picture of this one because I think it's going to be super cute. So basically, you've got this top piece that will go up there. I may have to cut both of those again. Oh, goodness, goodness. Real life crafting, y'all. I can go ahead and put the little hole for the bird to go in the house. And we can put it on the card. And then I'll just come back and recut that piece for the top. Y'all don't tell Dale how bad I messed this up. He would not be impressed with me. I'll be honest with you. Dies like this are not super intuitive to me, so a lot of times I just have to cut pieces, play around with them, see how they work, and I think that's okay. I think that a lot of us are like that, and that is perfectly fine, right? I mean, it's not like you couldn't just do this exactly like it is. You could. I like having those other pieces on there, though. Epic fail. But cute. And I'll cut that other piece, and like I said, I'll post a picture. So let's move this little reject birdhouse over here, and I'll come back to him. I do want to get this lined up, though. You get the idea. You still have the super cute little birdhouse card, and it's the birdhouse shape, which I love. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do this right, Carrie, because I've got one more to put together with you. And of course, I've already got this one cut. And so we will put these layers on, and I'll do a better job, I promise. So again, I've got this piece that's basic gray, and I went ahead and embossed it with that eyelet embossing folder, because why not? It is so fun and so cute. I love it. Get those off. I have a take your pick tool somewhere. Talk about using your tools, right? Because you know what dimensional backs do on sticky fingers? All right, so we'll go ahead and put this little piece on this piece of Designer Series paper. I'm making sure I'm using the right side. That's what's fun too. Cutting the birdhouses out of Designer Series paper, you have lots of options, which makes it really fun. And if you have this suite, this stamp die bundle, I really hope you'll give this a try, because it's just the cutest. And it's not hard. I make things look harder than they are. Get out of there, dimensional back. Okay. There's my little hole. We're going to wait and use that. So this time I have Misty Moonlight. And this time, I think I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right up here at the top. And we'll take a different approach, and I'll try to line up my little fancy piece under there where I want it. Because we're going to use dimensionals, so I can, oh, look at there. We're living right, y'all. That's doing a lot better that way. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So we will flip it over, and that glue will just hold that in place for me for just a second while I bring in some dimensionals. And I'm going with the minis for this part. Y'all love using mini dimensionals. They're so cute. But they, of course, serve a great purpose. And for me here, they're holding everything in place for me and giving a little bit of lift. That's always nice when you get dual purpose from your dimensionals. That's not lined up great like it was. Move that guy over to assist me with that. That's better. Take those backings off. The backings on the minis are a little bit more futzy, but so worth it. We're getting there. Still not exactly even, but we're gonna go with it. I can judge it later. I don't want to keep you on here all day. Well, I can't keep you on here all day because we're going to be prepping for stamp class. We've got work to do in this craft room today, y'all. So I'm just going to line this up with the top of the birdhouse. And add that piece, the little roof. And the under roof. I don't know what it's called. The eave, is that the eave? Y'all help me out. Isn't that darling? Oh my goodness. When it really comes together, it's super cute. And we'll put just a little dot of glue so we can add the hole that the bird can come in and out. So darling. Get rid of our dimensional backings that are attached to my fingernails. And then, of course, we'll add this little piece to our card. See, this one was easier. This one went together better because we had that shared experience, that life experience, right? So just so super cute. And I think the eyelet embossing really adds something. It's darling. Okay, so that's our little birdhouse note card. And our other one will work on him. But at least we've got two that turned out cute. Tell me what you think. If this is something that you would give a try to. I think you should because they just turn out so, so cute. And I really do think I'm going to use some Christmas paper. And I'm going to make some for packages for this Christmas. I think that would be darling. And it's Christmas in July, you guys. So if that's your thing, then grab some Christmas paper and create with it this month. Just really start getting ready for the crafting season. As crafters, we are always working ahead. And so it's not too early to start on your Christmas cards and your Christmas projects, if that's what you love to do. Okay, let me move these over a little bit because like I said, I've got a couple of announcements. And the first one is that we are in the earning period for bonus days. So if you are not familiar with bonus days, it is a really fun offering that Stampin' Up! Has. They've done this in the past, and then they stopped, and then they started it back up again because it is super popular with demonstrators and with my customers. So when you purchase $50 retail in $50 increments in July, now this is before tax and shipping, you receive a coupon code in an email for $5 off. And so you earn those coupon codes in July. You can earn as many as you want. And then you're able to redeem them in August. So that means free product in August based on what you purchased in July. We talked a little bit about this at team meeting last night. This is a time that I love to stock up on adhesive. I love to buy white cardstock, thick basic white and white cardstock. Things that I know I'm going to be using. Envelopes, those type things that are consumables that I use a lot of. I go ahead and I stock up because I'm getting that extra bonus $5 off for every $50 that I spend. So as demonstrators, we get that same perk and we get our discount. So don't forget, if you want to be part of our Super Inspired Stampers team, anytime there's a sales promotion, that's also a fabulous time to join our team because you get your demonstrator discount on top of whatever sales promotion Stampin' Up! Is doing. Awesome. So we have bonus days. And then I also have a prize that we need to give away. So last week, I had the package of dimensionals that is our prize, and I'm looking for this week's prize. It's really pretty suitable too. I'll show it to you in a minute. So Kathy, Diane, Jones, Herzog, and Kathy, I know you have won before, but I looked and I don't see your address. So I don't know if you didn't claim your prize in the past, but if you would please message me your address so I can put these dimensionals in the mail to you. You were the winner through random number generator by leaving a comment. So thank you for watching last week's video and commenting. Stop right now and go ahead and send up a heart because that's one of the ways that you're entered for a chance to win, by reacting to the video. And then leaving a comment or sharing. If there's someone in your life, family or friend, that might enjoy the video, then go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and put Kathy's name back on these dimensionals so I don't forget. And then I was going through my stash and I found an adhesive eraser. We talked about this either last week or the week before when, once again, I got too much glue and got my project a little sticky. When you let well, we call it green glue, but when you let the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, when you let it dry, like on your card, you can use an adhesive eraser to get that glue to come off. You have to be gentle, but you can do it. Even on designer series paper, it will help get that glue, that tackiness off. You can also use your embossing buddy, that little powder tool, to help get the stickiness off. The key is wait, be patient, let it dry, and then this will help you get it off. So I had an extra of these, thought this would be a great giveaway for today. So leave your comment, send up your heart, share the video. That enters you for a chance to win, and I will announce a winner of that next week. So I think that's it for today, you guys. I really do appreciate you stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me. I absolutely love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. This is something that has just really enriched mine and Dale's life, and Oliver too, because he's got so many more friends. But we thank you for letting us do what we love, and we will see you Friday night for Finally Friday free online class. We'll make our scrapbook layout, and then we'll see you again next week. Y'all take care.